Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am working on week 29 in my 2022 Project Life album, and I'm going to use the August Sunshine mini kit from Citrus Twist and some of the printables as well. So this kit and the printables are so bright and colorful, and I just need it. We're just really like at the end of winter here, and so although this is kind of a really sunshiny, summery themed kit, I'm desperate for some of this brightness and color, so I am loving this mini kit. So many fun stickers and embellishments, and the matching printables are super cute too. I've gone ahead and printed out some of the journaling cards, which you can see I only use a super small selection of this week. I also printed out some of the traveler's notebook papers. I always print out both because I either use these traveler's notebook papers for my traveler's notebook or Life Crafted album. I do recrop these down to be 5 inches wide when I'm printing them. And so I print both because I can either use it for like larger documenting, or as you see here, I will trim these pieces down to be 4x6 cards that I can use in my Project Life process as well. So I've gone for a kind of really subtly pink stripe or check down the bottom, and then I had to use this kind of rainbow starburst. I mean, I had to use it somewhere. It's going to end up being my title card. I thought it has this really obvious kind of focal point in the middle of it, which makes it great for, I mean, you could either add a photo in there, but my photo would have covered up far too much of that pretty paper. And so I'm going to use one of the tags from the mini kit as a kind of landing place for my title, but it's just this really visual line for where the title should go. Now I've got 2 different kinds of printables. So I've got the actual printables, the like printable die cuts, but I've also got this huge pack from in the mini kit. So many pretty ones in here. I'm just going to quickly whip through these because I pull out a whole bunch that I don't end up really using. This is always kind of my process for narrowing things down though, is to pull them all out first, and then it gives me a bit more of an obvious choice for how things are actually sitting afterwards. So I pulled out lots of die cuts for lots of cards, and I'm not going to end up using all of them. One of the ones that I am going to use though is this kind of lazy dog. Well, it says lazy. I think the actual phrase on the die cut was lazy days, and I'm going to change it into lazy dog because that's definitely what we have. As far as like the stickers go, there are chipboard and puffy stickers. They are gorgeous. I love them. The colors, just look at them. But they are very summer themed, so I do struggle a little bit. I'm going to use some of these kind of less obvious ones. I mean, this one was about sunshine, although it was not summer. The sun is shining in my photo on our new mattress, so I thought that worked really nicely with that. I did like kind of dangle it off the bottom of the card and trim off the bottom of the puffy sticker. I've kept that little trimmed piece because I think I could still use that as a layer somewhere though. Now, a lot of these like cards and sentiments, I'm using them more as colors or backgrounds. This one has kind of a circle frame on it. The other one had a sentiment. I'm covering all of that up with photos. They're just using them as kind of pattern paper and adding some puffy stickers on there. The beauty with printables like that is that I'm not really worried about using them in that kind of way. I don't feel like it's a waste because I can always reprint another one if I need to. I had pulled out this little yellow die cut piece, potentially as a layer on one of those other 3x4 cards, but I decided that I would add it onto this one as kind of a resting spot for the kind of mini title that I'm going to make with that die cut for my lazy dog here. When I trimmed this paper down into this card, I did kind of try to make sure that that pattern was centered so that the stripes were even top and bottom, and so I'm just adding a couple of little die cuts onto here, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some of the yellow puffy alphas. They are super cute but very, very thin. I was very delicate putting them on. Now most of my die cuts and stuff I'm just adhering with tape runner, but this very fine little writing on this lazy, and it was a little bit bent from in the packet, so I've added some liquid adhesive onto there. I'm just using some smart glue from scrapbook.com just to adhere that down, and then I'm layering those stickers straight over top, so it's kind of, I love that kind of pink and yellow together. So that's why that die cut worked really nicely in behind there. It kind of pulls out more of those colors as well. Now I'm going to add a few extra colors to this particular layout with the huge sheet of puffy heart stickers. I'm going to repress my urge to hoard that sheet of stickers as much as I possibly can, because I really want to add a few extra colors in that rainbow starburst pattern. There's a lot of kind of blues and tealy kind of colored greens that I don't end up using a lot in the rest of my spread, so I'm going to add those back in with those puffy hearts. Now I am trying to keep everything reasonably simple. I used some liquid adhesive on this die cut as well, just because it had those thinner lines. It probably doesn't matter so much in pocket pages like this, but kind of when I've got word die cuts, I do like to add the liquid adhesive, and it doesn't show on my photos like this either. So you can see me breaking into the hearts here, and so I'm really using those hearts as just a vehicle for balancing out the colors on the page. So I added a yellow to the green photo, and I'm adding kind of a teal one to this peachy one. I'm going to add another little teal one onto my computer photo and call that one done. So I don't have a whole lot left to do on this spread. I was keeping things pretty simple on here. I'm going to do a little bit of work on my title card, but again, that's going to be super simple as well. Now these are the printable die cuts that I was talking about, and the reason I pulled them out is because I know there were heaps of labels on the printable this month. I always am a huge fan of labels, but I needed one for my title card, so I'm going to pick one out of here, and at least I had a few choices of color this month. I'm going to use a pink one, only because that title card has all the colors on it, but where I wanted to put my label, which is down the bottom of that little tag, there's not really any pink, so that's going to balance out. Plus I know I want to use those yellow alphas again, so again I want to kind of just balance out those colors. Now because the little tag that I'm sticking this label over top of is going to make it a bit bulky, I did my stamping first. Usually that's a last thought, but I added this in first so that I could hear the tag down, and I'm going to use the label, as kind of a shelf for my title, and I start putting all these little alphas down and very quickly run out of room. I know that they're smaller than what I probably usually use, but I well underestimated how big they actually are. So I'm going to pick these up and move them again. I didn't press them down like very hard to start off with, just in case. Luckily I didn't, because I did need just about all of that tag space to fit in my week title there. And again, I'm going to balance things out with a couple of puffy stickers. It kind of adds a bit more color and draws your attention to the title, but also I get to use some green ones, and we know I would never use green ones ordinarily, but it kind of has become a bit of a theme on this page. So I've got all of those little puffy hearts sprinkled all over the place. The last thing I've got to do is add my journaling. I typed that out on pink in my typewriter and called this page all done. I love how bright this week is, and I'm totally in love with this little mini kit, so I will leave the link in the description box if you want to grab one for yourself. Hey, thanks for watching today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, I'm going to leave a couple of videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye!